Hello students, today we are going to study force exerted by a jet of water on an unsymmetrical moving curved plate when jet strikes tangentially. Now the figure which is shown here represents a jet of water striking a moving curved plate also called vane tangentially at one of its tips. As the jet strikes tangentially, the loss of energy due to impact of the jet will be zero. Now in this case, as plate is moving, the velocity with which jet of water strikes is equals to the relative velocity of the jet with respect to the plate. Also, as the plate is moving in different direction of the jet, the relative velocity at inlet will be equals to the vector difference of velocity of jet and velocity of plate at inlet. Now here V1 will be the velocity of the jet at inlet, U1 will be equals to velocity of the plate at inlet, VR1 will be equals to relative velocity of jet and plate at inlet, alpha is the angle between the direction of the jet and the direction of motion of the plate, also called guide blade angle. So it is the angle between jet and the plate. Theta is the angle made by relative velocity VR2 with the direction of motion at inlet, also called vane angle at inlet. So theta will be the angle made by the relative velocity VR2 with the direction of motion at inlet. Now VW1 and VF1 will be equals to the component of the velocity of the jet V1 in the direction of motion and perpendicular to the direction of motion of the vane respectively. It means that it is the component of V1 in the direction of motion and perpendicular to the direction of motion. Now VW1 is also known as velocity of whirl at inlet. So we can write VW1 will be equals to velocity of whirl at inlet. VF1 is also known as velocity of flow at inlet. Now V2 will be known as velocity of the jet leaving the vane or velocity of jet at outlet. So we will write it as velocity at outlet. Now U2 is known as velocity of the vane at outlet. VR2 is known as relative velocity of the jet with respect to the vane at outlet. Now beta is known as angle made by the velocity V2 with the direction of motion of the vane at outlet. Phi is known as angle made by the relative velocity VR2 with the direction of motion of the vane at outlet and also called vane angle at outlet. So it is the angle made by the relative velocity VR2 with the direction of motion. Now Vw1 and Vf1 is known as component of the velocity v2 in the direction of motion of vane and perpendicular to the direction of motion of vane. And Vw2 is known as velocity of whirl at outlet and Vf2 is known as velocity of flow at outlet. Thus, the triangle ABD, which is shown here, and triangle EGH, which is shown here, are called the velocity triangle at inlet and outlet. Now we will discuss one by one each of these triangles. Now we will discuss the first triangle, that is velocity triangle at inlet. Now take any point A which is shown here and draw a line AB which will be equals to V1, which is shown here, that is V1, in magnitude and a direction, which means line AB makes an angle alpha with the horizontal line AD, which is shown here, that is alpha. Next, draw a line AC which will be equals to U1 in magnitude, which is shown here, that is U1. Now join C to B, then CB represents the relative velocity of the jet at inlet, that is shown here, that is C to B. If the loss of energy at inlet due to impact is 0, then CB must be in the tangential direction to the vane at inlet. Now from B, draw a vertical line BD, which is shown here, in the downward direction to meet the horizontal line AC produced at D. Then BD represent the velocity of flow at inlet, which will be equals to Vf1, which is shown here, that is Vf1, and AD represents the velocity of whirl at inlet, that is Vw1, which is shown here, that is Vw1. And angle BCD is known as vane angle at inlet equals to theta, which is shown here. Now we will discuss the second triangle, that is velocity triangle at outlet. If the vane surface is assumed to be very smooth, the loss of energy due to friction will be 0. The water will be gliding over the surface of the vane with a relative velocity equal to Vr1 and will come out of the vane with a relative velocity Vr2, which is shown here, that is Vr2. Okay, this means that the relative velocity at outlet Vr2 will be equals to Vr1. Also, the relative velocity at outlet should be in tangential direction to the vane at outlet. Now draw EG in the tangential direction of the vane at outlet and cut EG, which will be equals to Vr2, which is shown here, that is EG, and it is known as Vr2. From G, draw a line GF in the direction of vane at outlet and equals to U2, which is shown here, that is U2. The velocity of the vane at outlet, that is U2, is shown here. Join EF, then EF represent the absolute velocity of the jet at outlet in magnitude and direction, that is shown here, EF. Okay. From E, draw a vertical line EH to meet the line GF produced at H. Then EH will be known as velocity of flow at outlet, which is known as Vf2, which is shown here, and Fh represents the velocity of whirl at outlet, which will be equals to Vw2, which is shown here, that is Vw2. And phi is the angle of vane at outlet, which is shown here, and beta is the angle made by V2 with the direction of motion of vane at outlet, which is shown here, that is beta. Now if the vane is smooth and is having velocity in the direction of motion at inlet and outlet equal, then u1 will be equals to u2 will be equals to u, and it is known as velocity of vane in the direction of motion. And Vr1 will be equals to Vr2. Now mass of water striking vane per second will be equals to rho into A into Vr1. This is our first equation, where A is the area of jet of water and Vr1 is the relative velocity at inlet. Now force exerted by the jet in the direction of motion, that is Fx. Now it will be equals to mass of water per second into initial velocity with which jet strikes in the direction of motion minus final velocity of jet in the direction of motion. That is our second equation. But initial velocity with which jet strikes the vane, that is V initial, will be equals to Vr1. The component of this velocity in the direction of motion, that is component of V initial in the direction of motion, will be equals to Vr1 cos theta, which will be equals to Vw1 minus u1. Similarly, the component of relative velocity at outlet in the direction of motion will be equals to minus Vr2 cos phi. This is the component of relative velocity Vr2 in the direction of motion. Now it will be equals to minus of u2 plus Vw2 from the diagram. Here negative sign is taken as the component of Vr2 in the direction of motion is in the opposite direction. Now substituting the equation 1 and all above values of the velocity in equation 2, we will get Fx equals to rho a Vr1 Vw1 minus u1 minus of minus u2 plus Vw2. Now after solving this, we will have rho into A into Vr1 Vw1 minus u1 plus u2 plus Vw2. Now after solving this, we will have Fx equals to rho into A into Vr1 in bracket Vw1 plus Vw2, as u1 is equals to u2, so both will cancel out each other. Now this is the equation third. Now equation third is true only when angle beta, which is shown in the diagram, is an acute angle. If beta is equals to 90 degree, then Vw2 will be equals to 0. So equation 3 becomes Fx equals to rho into A into Vr1 into Vw1. Now if beta angle is obtuse, then Fx will becomes rho into A into Vr1 Vw1 minus Vw2. Thus, in general, we can write Fx equals to rho into A into Vr1 Vw1 plus minus Vw2. Now, work done per second on the vane by the jet is force into distance per second in the direction of force. Now this formula comes from work done equals to force into displacement. Now we will multiply here Fx into u. Now we will put the value of Fx here, which will be equals to rho into A into Vr1 Vw1 plus minus Vw2 into u. Now work done per second per unit weight of fluid striking per second. It will be equals to the work done per second on the vane by the jet divided by weight of fluid striking. So it will be equals to rho into A into Vr1 Vw1 plus minus Vw2 into u upon weight of fluid striking per second, that is g into rho into A into Vr1. So after solving this, we will have 1 by g into Vw1 plus minus Vw2 into u, and the unit will be Newton meter per Newton. That is work done per second per unit mass of fluid striking per second. After solving this, we will have work done per second per unit weight of fluid striking per second will be equals to 1 by g in bracket Vw1 plus minus Vw2 into 2, and the unit will be Newton meter per Newton. Now work done per second per unit mass of fluid striking per second will be equals to again rho into A into Vr1 in bracket Vw1 plus minus Vw2 into u divided by mass of fluid striking per second in kg per second, that is rho into A into Vr1. Now after solving this, we will have the value equals to Vw1 plus minus Vw2 into u, and the unit will be Newton meter per kg. Now we have to calculate the efficiency of the jet also. So efficiency of jet, the work done by the jet on the vane is already calculated, that is the output of the jet, whereas the initial kinetic energy of the jet is the input. So we know the formula of efficiency. It will be the ratio of output upon input into 100, or if we want to directly calculate the value of efficiency in terms of decimals, so we don't need to multiply here 100. Now we will put the value of output, that is work done per second on the vane divided by initial kinetic energy per second of the jet. Now we will put the values here, that is rho into A into Vr1 in bracket Vw1 plus minus Vw2 into u, and the initial kinetic energy per second of the jet will be equals to half of m into V1 square, where m is the mass of the fluid per second in the jet, that is rho into A into V1, and V1 will be the initial velocity of the jet. So efficiency will becomes rho into A into Vr1 in bracket Vw1 plus minus VW2 into U, and we will put the value of M here, that is rho into A into V1, and V1 square will there in the previous formula also. So formula of efficiency will becomes rho into A into VR1 in bracket VW1 plus minus VW2 into U upon half of rho into A into V1 cube. That is all about the force exerted by a jet of water on an unsymmetrical moving curved plate when jet strikes tangentially. Thank you very much, students.